Friends and viewer, good day. Today let us talk about a little bit about Oriental philosophy. And in Oriental philosophy, we have a very famous philosophers like Gautama Buddha, Lao Tzu, Confucius, and a great Indian sage and philosopher. So today I have in my hand Oriental philosophies. John M. Collar, and this is a very useful book, a very important book about the Oriental philosophy. And in this Oriental philosophy, today we will talk about Buddhism, the life of Gautama Buddha, the life and brief teachings of Gautama Buddha. So Gautama Buddha, and what did the Buddha says? So let us see about, first of all, we will go about his life. So Gautam Buddha, and in India they call it Gautam Buddha, and in West they call it Gautama Buddha. So Buddhism, or the basic teachings of Buddha, is related to the how one should live a life in this world. So Buddha said, no one who lived in this world can be untouched by human suffering. Into every life there has entered injury, illness, misery, anxiety, death, or other form of unwholesomeness and evil. Human existence is far from perfect. The happiest people in the world have to admit a measure of unhappiness. Most people, in fact, recognize that life is not perfect. Either they simply shrug their shoulder and exclaim, this is the way life is, or else they set up trying to reduce the imperfection in life. Ordinary people, ordinarily, when the latter attitude is adopted, effort is directed toward reducing by poverty, increasing available wealth, reducing illness, premature death, of extending situation. So Buddha came in this life and this world with the message that of what is the causes of suffering, how to eliminate the suffering. So the Gautama Siddhartha, the Buddha, was such a person who tried to solve these questions philosophically through meditation and other way. So according to Buddha, who was a Buddha? According to widely accepted legend concerning the life of historical Buddha, Gautama received the immediate impetus for meditation and concentration on the problem of suffering by dramatic encounter by sickness, old age, death, and renunciation. His father, the ruler of prosperous principality, has been told that if his son became acquainted with the evils of the world, he would renounce the kingdom and become a great evils. Acquainted, renounce the kingdom, he will, and became a great ascetic and the teacher of man, not wanting to lose his son. In this way, the father resolved that everything would be done to seclude his son from the cruel world. Accordingly, the king provided him with all of the wealth and pleasure of life one could want: palaces, young comely servant, entertainer, a beautiful wife, to protect him from experiencing the suffering of the world. The father was determined that Gautama should remain ignorant of the sorrow that besets humankind. One day, but the fate was a different thing for Gautama, a very sensitive prince. One day when the young Gautama was out riding with his charioteer, the young lord saw an old man. So then old man, when he saw that old man, he never noticed before the old age, as bent as roof gable, decrepit, leaning on staff, tottering as he walked, afflicted the long past his prime. Upon seeing this, Gautama asked his charioteer why that man was not like other men. The driver informed him that the man was old, but this word Gautama did not understand. He had no experiences of the old age. The driver explained that this man was nearly finished. He was soon to die. As understanding began to trouble his spirit, the young lord asked, but then, good charioteer, am I too subject to old age, one who has got past old age? The answer horrified Gautama. From this time he began to think about the suffering of old age. You, my lord, we too, we are all a kind of to grow old. We have not got past old age. Many days after this, Gautama was once again setting out for the park when he encountered a sick man, suffering and very ill, fallen, weltering on his own water, by some being lifted, by some other being dressed. Upon seeing this, Gautama asked his charioteer what this man had done, that he was not like other men. The driver explained that the man was ill, and that this meant that he was not far from being finished, that he might not recover. Gautama asked again, but am I too then, good charioteer, subject to fall ill? Am I not got out of the reach of illness? The answer again said what he received from his charioteer, you, my lord, and we too are all subject to fall ill. We have not got behind the reach of illness. Many days later again, while he was driving in his park, he saw a great concourse of people clad in garments of color constructing a funeral pyre. Seeing this, he asked his charioteer, why now are all these people come together in garment of different color, making that pile? Upon being told that this was because someone had died, Gautama demanded to view the corpse to discover that this thing called death was all about. When he had been told about death, he asked as before, but am I too then subject to death? Have I not go behind reach of death? Will neither the Raja, king, or the Rani, the queen, nor any other of my kin see me more, or shall I again see them? Not answer again, while he received from his charioteer, you, my lord, and we too all are subject to death, and we have not passed behind the reach of death, so everybody has to die. Being a sensitive prince and a boy, many days he saw a man while he a shaven head, a recluse wearing a yellow robe. He also asked again, you, master, what have you done with your hat? Is not other man's hat not close as the other man? I, my lord, I am one who has gone forth. What, master, does that mean? It means, my lord, being thorough in the religious life, thorough in the peaceful life, thorough in the good action, thorough in the meritorious conduct, thorough in harmlessness. So these all question when this curious and sensitive mind of Gautama Buddha encountered, it agitated his mind. And so he started to think about it. And one day, while he left his kingdom and his throne, and he went towards the forest to search for the Four Noble Truths. What was those Four Noble Truths? Four Noble Truths, and Noble Eightfold Paths are, these are, there is suffering, number one. Number two, suffering is caused. Suffering can be extinguished by eliminating the cause of suffering. Number four, the way to extinguish the causes of suffering is to follow the middle way continued by Noble Eightfold Path. This teaching consists the Buddha's first sermon after this enlightenment, delivered in a deer park at Benares. It was the teaching of the middle path. So what was the first noble truth? Gautama taught as, this monk is a noble truth. The second noble truth, or that suffering originates in the craving, which causes the renewal of becoming, is accompanied by sensual delight and seeks satisfaction now here, now there. That is to say, craving for pleasure, craving for becoming, craving for not becoming. Taking up third noble truth, he explained as, this monk is a noble truth, how the cessation of suffering verily, that is patientless cessation without reminder of one craving. So the fourth noble truth, coming up to the fourth noble truth, the path which lead, it is the noble eightfold path, that is to say, right views, right intent, right speech, right conduct, right means of livelihood, right individual, right mindfulness, and right meditation. Having thus taught the essential truth about the fact of suffering, the Buddha concluded his first sermon by saying that, the noble truth concerning suffering I have understood. Thus, monk, in which things formerly had been feared, or I obtained insight, knowledge. These are the noble truth, the first truth, the second truth, and how this, through this way, the noble and holy Buddha came to the conclusion that we must, these are the laws and from which we can eliminate the suffering and eliminate the causes of suffering. And the things which you want is suffering. Which you want but not get is suffering. The things which you get but not wanting but you get is suffering. So the best way, according to Buddha, is to follow the middle path. And this is a brief summary. I have told you about the life of Gautama Buddha and his teaching. I hope this is the Oriental philosophies, Orient's Gautama Buddhism. So this is a very interesting topic. Thank you very much.